Welcome. This is the lecture for January 14th, Thursday. The topic is functions. Our objectives, there's two objectives. One, determine if it, whatever it is a function or not. And when we're talking about it could be a graph, it could be a table, and it could be a set of points. The second thing is how to break a function, how to make it not function. So if I give you a function, can you break it? All right. So I have a vending machine over here. We're going to look at that in a bit. But a function, we're going to talk on the next page. But let's talk about what the meaning is in English. A function is something that works, right? When you say, my computer functions, that means it works, it does a job. So this vending machine is going to help us to explain it on the next page. Input-output table. Okay, just so you remember, an input-output table is also called a table of values. It can go this way, x, y, and you got your numbers for x, you got your numbers for y. It can also go horizontal. X is usually on top, y is on bottom, and the numbers go here, or the numbers go here. Points. You could have a series of points, x comma y, x comma y, 2, -2, comma 3, etc. Those are ordered pairs, also known as points. We'll be looking at the table, the points, and the graph. This vocab word, vertical line test, this should go in your notes. Okay, you want to write this down. It is used to determine if a graph represents a function or not. And here's how it works. If a function, if a vertical line passes through 2 or more, it can be more, points on a graph, then it is not a function. Key word here, vertical line. A vertical line means it goes straight up and down. So if I can draw a vertical line on a graph and hit more than 1 point, meaning 2 or more, then it doesn't work. And here's how that happens. Here's the definition of a function. It is a function if every input has only one output. Only one, that's key, one output. So here are my inputs. I'm looking at the vending machine. If I push this button, I'm expecting an apple to come out. That's my input is the button. The output is what comes out at the bottom, the apple. If I push this button, I expect a Hershey's bar to come out. The output will be Hershey bar. But you know what? I could also hit this button and also get a Hershey bar because there's 2 buttons for it. Just like the Kit Kats are here or here, I have 2 inputs with the same output. So when we talk about input and output, I can have this 2 inputs, like here's an input 3, has this output of -7. I can have a 12 and -7. This means I have the different inputs, but the same output. So I can push this button in or this button in and still get a Kit Kat out. That's what the 3 and the 12 mean. All right, so now how do we make this not a function? Remember, it is a function if every input has only one output. What if I push this button and I get an apple? That's like me pushing the 0. I'm expecting a 4 for some Cheetos or whatever that is. And I push the 0 and something else comes out. What would that look like? That'll be a good question. Could be this, 0 and 9. We now have same input, 0 and 0, different outputs. Every input has only one output. Well, now this input has two outputs, 4 and 9. It is now broken. This function does not work. Okay, I want to show you what it looks like on Desmos. Here's our table of values. On the left, I got a bunch of dots. The vertical line test says if I draw a vertical line and hit more than one dot, it's not a function. Is there anywhere that I can draw this vertical line and hit more than one dot? Right now, there's nowhere. And I can look up here at my input-output table, and I can see that every input has its own output. Well, I wonder if I can change that. What happens if I move this one to here? Oh, you know what I'm trying to do, right? The number just doesn't want to cooperate. That looks good. So here I go. I draw my vertical line. I now hit 2 dots. Why? Because I have a 0, 5 output and a 0, -1 output. Same input, 2 outputs. This function does not work anymore. As soon as I move this somewhere else, we're good. Okay, I'm going to hide this one. And points on a graph, these purple dots. This is a function. No 2 dots are above each other. There's 4 dots. These are the ordered pairs. We're good. What about this function? Is it a function? Well, here it's not. Here it's okay. But as soon as I go here, it's not a function because I have this and this. I'm hitting twice. Okay, that is how you look at functions. That is how you go back to here. How you determine if it's a function on a graph, vertical line, table, same input, different output, point, the same x with a different y.